clearly, Brexit and the election of Mr. Trump is a vote against the so-called elite, and it's an anti-establishment type of reaction from the people. But there is a chance that on the 4th of December we will see the same happening in Italy with the referendum.
So we're back at Birkenstock for another year, and joining me today is Vincent J.Derudder. Vincent, can you explain to me what MIFID II is?
Well, it's very simple. It's MIFID I multiplied by 10 in terms of number of pages, articles, restrictions, different clauses on everything. So it means that, usually very wise people will think that you take the time to implement a regulation, any kind of rule, before you start with a new one. But unfortunately, at the European Commission, people are not always very wise. So therefore, they decided that it was absolutely necessary to have a MIFID II before, in fact, actually, MIFID I was fully implemented in all the 28 member states.
So what do you hope to achieve from MIFID II?
Well, it's full of good intention. I mean, the main principle is to protect consumer. But to protect consumer doesn't mean that you need more rules. It's a matter of encouraging a fair exchange, a fair trade, a fair relationship between product providers, intermediaries, and consumers. And in order to do that, to achieve this, you don't need necessarily rules. You need some basic rules, but what is more important than rules are the principles. And I'm not sure personally that rules are helping people to take principles into account.
So regulations, they actually played a big role in Britain's decision to leave the European Union. Now we've seen a lot of the populace win the popular vote. So will you think this will continue across the rest of Europe?
I'm afraid yes. For a couple of reasons. I mean, clearly Brexit and the election of Mr. Trump is a vote against the so-called elite, and it's an anti-establishment type of reaction from the people. But there is a chance that on the 4th of December we will see the same happening in Italy with the referendum organized by Mr. Renzi. And in France, in May, Mrs. Le Pen may be elected as the president. And so that means that we can have an Ital 6 and a Frexit. And we know that in the Netherlands there is a very growing anti-European movement, and this is the same in Sweden and the same in most of the other countries, including the East European countries, who feel extremely unhappy with the fact that after the fall of the Berlin Wall, they traded, the Moscow supremacy for the Brussels supremacy.
Well, thank you, Vincent, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
It was my pleasure. Most welcome.
And thank you for watching at home. Don't forget to click back for more interviews like this. Goodbye for now.